Okay, so I'm currently sitting at the bottom of my closet talking into my phone because I don't have a microphone. So if it still sounds bad, I'm sorry. Anyways, The Truman Show literally slaps, but I don't need to tell you that. I mean, Jim Carrey, look at this man. He's been in this, and this, and this, and this, and in Sonic. Twice. I mean, how could you not love this man? Except for that, we don't need to talk about that. Mr. Jim, what are you doing? Released to critical acclaim in 1998 and grossing $264 million globally with a budget of only $60 million, The Truman Show was an immediate box office hit, even sparking an entire new phenomenon known as the Truman Show effect. And honestly, I think when your film is creating new psychological delusions, that's how you know you've made it as a filmmaker. Just ignore the fact that it has no medical relevance. Oh, and the screenwriter made the same joke as me. Anyway. But why is The Truman Show so well loved? And how did it become the well-known hit it's known as today? Well, besides what is essentially perfect casting with a wide range of actors providing amazing performances and a fully developed world with a shocking level of attention to detail, and a beautifully written script with near-perfect pacing, I think I can think of two words that perfectly describe what keeps any audience member's attention, whether it's in our world or within the world of the film. Dramatic irony. Let me explain. Dramatic irony is defined as a literary device by which the audience's or reader's understanding of events or individuals in a work surpasses that of its character. Yeah, okay, anyway. No, that's the nerd way of saying it's just something that we know that a character does not. It's one of the easiest ways to create suspense in a narrative, and it's used everywhere. Yeah, and this movie cranks it up to an 11. It is immediately made clear that Truman is a part of a show, and literally everyone knows but him. Everyone knows what Truman doesn't. And honestly, that's the meat of the analysis here. How the film's writer Andrew Niccol and director Peter Weir took the well-known narrative trope of dramatic irony and utilized the elements of film to not only highlight it, but flip the trope on its head entirely. There's a clear line drawn between Truman's world and the real world, and we only see outside of Truman's dome a few times. And yeah, no, I did say dome. No, seriously, they built an entire dome around Truman's fake hometown where he lives and is grown up, and that's why he can't leave, and the show's creator had to implement psychological trauma and subliminal messaging into the show to keep him from leaving. And did I mention this is labeled as a psychological comedy? They kill his dad as a kid to make him scared of water. Anyways, the real world outside is noisy and messy, while Truman's dome is highly stylized and overproduced by comparison. And highlighting a handful of people watching the show outside of his world is a great way to show the cultural impact and influence that it has. And it also goes to show the scale of his false reality as well as the true stakes behind it all. But the thing is, even when we're not watching Truman, we're watching other people watching him or talking about him or monitoring him. Like, we literally only see this one guy watching Truman while he's taking a bath. Actually, no, I respect that. I probably do that too. You can do it! Hold on! Within Truman's false reality, the world revolves around him. However, outside of his reality, everything still revolves around him. It's this layered cake of dramatic irony, and every little detail of Truman's world just adds to it. Honestly, the mise en scène, I don't know. The French hate me. The mise en scène of this film is really what makes it such a fun and fascinating watch. Peter Weir has stated that they took the inspiration for the look of Truman's world from the lighting and wide-angle camera shots from current Vogue commercials at the time, always reminding themselves that in this world, everything was for sale. And you can see that in more than just the lighting and the camera work, as the costuming is clean and coordinated, while the setting is symmetrical and full of pastel colors. Plus, the level of detail instilled into every set is outstanding, and every action and line of dialogue from the actors has some level of purpose. I'm so serious. I've seen this film, it feels like a million times, and I'm genuinely still noticing little details in this film. Like, okay, here's like a short, lightning round of little details that Truman never, even notices. The businessman pushed Truman up against the same wall every day to get the shot of, the advertisement for that episode or that day. Newspaper headlines directly try to manipulate Truman to keep him from leaving. You see that a few times throughout the film. Lightning lights up the moon, indicating that it's fake and that it's way closer than Truman even realizes. The actor for the travel agent comes in wearing a napkin from makeup, implying that she wasn't even ready for him to come in, and they never even anticipated Truman wanting to travel. Marlon takes candy bars out of the vending machine so he doesn't run out of candy bars too quickly while he's talking to Truman in that position. All of these moments are a part of the mise-en-scène of the film and double as a way to create an intentional and fantastical atmosphere, as well as further adding to the dramatic irony of the film, as Truman never notices any of these small details. However, above all else, the main driving force for Truman is seeing Sylvia again, a background character who gets just a little too close to Truman without permission and attempts to break the illusion of his world, instilling in him a lifelong pursuit to escape from something he has no idea he's trapped in to begin with. In my mind, Sylvia represents the widest wedge, forcing a gap in the Truman's reality, building even more dramatic irony as the audience knows what happened to her after being booted from the show, while Truman is left clueless, but still hopeful to see her again, which acts as his drive to uncover more clues and eventually escape. In a way, Truman unknowingly longs for the knowledge that we, the viewers, have, slowly bridging the gap between these two points of knowledge as the movie goes on, and it all comes to a head at the turning point of the film. Okay, climax time. Actually, that sounds... I should do another take of that. So what do you do when you've been building a world where only one character doesn't know everything that's going on, and everyone else does? Well, you have him figure it out. Yeah, obviously. The entire film, we're waiting for Truman to find out what's going on. But in what I think is a genius call from the screenwriter, Andrew Niccol, we actually don't see Truman's aha moment. In fact, we don't really know when Truman finds out at all. He just goes missing in the middle of the night, slipping out while no one's paying attention. I love this moment in the film because now that feeling of dramatic irony has been paid off, it's been flipped on its head and it's being served right back up to us as an audience, as well as the audience in world that's watching this go down. And knowing that the actors must feel the same way as we do builds tension, as for once, Truman has knowledge that we truly do not. This film holds a special place in my heart, and there's a lot I can't even touch on, but I genuinely believe the reason this film stands out amongst every other film I've ever watched is truly due to the dramatic irony this film builds, and how it creatively subverts audience expectations, all while showcasing funny and likable characters and a unique story that'll keep audiences guessing the entire way through. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed me yapping about my favorite movie for a few minutes. Chuck, appreciate you. Okay, that's all. Bye.